Hi guys, it's Jordan here from Holland and welcome back to my channel. If you're hearing a loud noise coming out of your rear wheel, check the tires, everything around, and it looks fine. It's probably your wheel bearing that is on its way out. And unfortunately, on the first generation of Forester, like SF5, you can't simply swap the whole assembly. You will have to take everything apart, the hub, the wheel bearing itself, and then rebuild it all. It's actually a job I always avoided because I heard nightmares about it. But today I don't have the choice and I have to do it. The worst part is that my wheel bearings are actually not very that old. They are 2 years old and a very low mileage. The mistake I made, I only replaced the bearing and not the hub. That means the bearing wears out way faster. So quick tips, if you're gonna do this job, do not only replace the bearing but also the hub. Trust me, that's a pro tip. So I picked up a few tools and today I'm finally doing it. And I will show you every step so you can do it by yourself. Let's get started.
For this job, you'll need parts and tools. A new wheel bearing, a new hub, a new snap ring, new seals, and a CV nut. In my case, it came as a kit with the bearing. You'll also need a socket set and a breaker bar, a torque wrench, snap ring pliers, a bearing puller kit or a press kit, a slide hammer, a pry bar and a hammer, and some grease. The first step is to jack up the car and remove the wheel. Make sure to secure the car with jack stands. Remove the drum by pulling it towards you. The handbrakes needs to be released to do so. What's great about this job is that you don't have to mess with the brake system. Everything stays in place. Remove the CV nut. I guess you can do it when the car is on the ground to make it easier, but in my case I locked the hub using a pry bar in the wheel studs. Then it's time to pull the hub by using a slide hammer. It took some time, but it wasn't difficult.
Alright, so with the right tool, goes out pretty well. By the way, I'm gonna put the links of those tools down below in the description. So you better get this before doing this job.
Yeah, I kind of look like the same. Okay, one thing to do with the hub out is to take the ABS wheel ring out and swap it to the new hub. All right. Yeah. couple of we gotta do gas. We'll do the job.
Now back to the bearing. The next step is to remove the main seal.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay, so it was definitely gone. God. Look at this. Like the cage was broken. Okay. This explained a lot.
Then the snap ring. 2 flat screwdrivers can do the job here.
Okay, got it out.
Snap ring.
Okay, so now comes the tricky part, because we need the CV axle out, and there is the nightmare long bolts just right here that is almost always impossible to remove except by destroying a bushing or breaking the bolt. This is not something I'm gonna do right now, but if you want to do it, you need a new bushings and a new bolt to do it safely and replace everything. But now we're gonna go around this issue and remove some bolts down there under the car.
So here, this is the bolt you're supposed to remove. It's just one long bolt that goes all the way along, and after that you can easily remove the axle. But since it's complicated, we're gonna remove this one here, but it's used for adjustment, so make sure to line everything so you can put it back the same way. And we're gonna also remove the other one behind, because we need to remove the two to get the whole assembly moving, so we can pop out the CV axle.
Okay. Yes.
In order to get the CV a bit lower, I had to remove the bolts from the strut, from the shock, so the whole knuckle is actually free and lowered. And I think now I should be able. Yes, it's coming out. Wow. It's out. You can see that I'm gonna be able to slide the CV off. Okay, he's going out. Yes.
After that, you can remove the rear seals of the bearing. And now it's time to pull out the old bearing using your puller kit. I had to test a few combinations of the tool to find the right diameter for the job.
Okay.
And there it is. The bearing. As you can see, the bearing really have to get pushed out like this, because there's a here it can't go any further deep down. So basically you have a first seal, the largest one, the bearing,
and then on the other side of the groove another seal, the thinner one. Old one, new one, put it in the freezer so it gets smaller and it should be easier to fit in. Let's put some grease in it.
Using the same tool, you can press in your new bearing. You shouldn't have to apply too much force, it goes in pretty easily.
Like this on the inner. So I don't think I can do something else. Okay, so now we can put the new snap ring and the new seal. It's almost in. Please. Okay. Yeah, if you can, you better use proper tools to do it. It can help. Okay. Nice in there. I don't know if there's such thing as too much grease.
Once the new bearing is all the way in, you can gently put the new front seal, the larger one. Now more grease and you can put your new hub in using the press kit again. And once again, it goes in pretty easily, you don't need any force. If you feel that you need to force it, it means something goes wrong.
Now there's two seals on the back, like this. Okay, so the hub is in, but be really careful when you push the hub into the bearing, because the bearing is actually in two parts, and if the outer part, the inner part on the car side doesn't go well, the whole bearing is like collapse and I thought I'd break it. It seems fine now, so all I have to do is put the CV axle back and put everything back on. The new CV nut.
I use the same technique as earlier to bolt and torque the CV nut.
Okay.
Now it's time to put everything back together, starting by the two bolts around the CV under the car. Once again, the one located on the back of the car is used for alignment, so make sure to put it back how it was. You can also put the shock bolts back, then the drum and your wheel. The roll bar link will be easier to put back once the car is on the floor.
Alright, this is the test drive. So far, so good, I guess. There's no noise anymore. Okay, so the wheel is still here, which is a good news. It doesn't seem to be hot in any way. Alright guys, so the wheel bearing is finally changed. It's something I always avoided, as I said, and for a good reason. It's a 0 out of 10. I definitely not recommend it. It's just a pain in the ass. So many things can go wrong, but you can do it with proper tools, with a little bit of time. You can do it, and with this tutorial, hopefully it will help you do it the right way. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope this is gonna be helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe and see you soon.